Hello and welcome to not only what is one of our most popular cars, period, in any category, but certainly as a flagship luxury Jaguar, but one which may well be in the perfect spec for one of these. It is, of course, a 2014 Jaguar XJ. On top of that, though, as well as its private plate, it's a portfolio spec as well, which is the most in-demand version, and of course has the 3-litre V6 diesel engine, which again is the engine which the vast majority of people go for because it's such an impressive all-rounder. The reason why we say this spec might be perfect though is because of its combination of trim. Of course, that black exterior, you can't really go wrong with black on a Jaguar XJ, but in particular with that gorgeous London tan interior, it is a stunning looking car, and of course with those gorgeous wheels as well. To go back to its engine for a second though, not only has the car only covered 78,000 miles to begin with, which any aficionado of these X351 generation cars knows is a drop in the bucket compared to what they're capable of, well, it's an exceedingly powerful engine on the one hand, but also a shockingly efficient one, because on the one hand you have 270 horsepower, 440 foot-pounds of torque, which is a tremendous amount of pulling power, and what that means in practice is if you put your foot down you can hit 60 miles an hour in 6 seconds dead, but at the same time you can average up to 46 miles to the gallon, and on a motorway, which of course is where a car like this really comes into its own, those long distance smooth journeys, over 50 miles to the gallon is possible. And the real cherry on the cake for a car like this is because of how efficient that engine is, especially now at a time when so many executive cars and luxury cars, and certainly larger ones including 4x4s, are being very, very heavily taxed, in some cases well over £700 a year. This car in comparison is 255. Now when it comes to its history, its most recent keeper has had the car for 3 years. They've clearly loved it and it is in gorgeous condition. It has a documented service history behind it, and its cam belt has been changed in January of this year as well. It still has its original book pack, 2 keys, and an MOT until September of 2025, with no advisories at all. And of course, being an XJ, let alone a portfolio XJ, it is very generously equipped, including, but of course not limited to, 4-zone climate control, of course that 8-inch touchscreen, Bluetooth, cruise control, that lovely panoramic roof for even more of a feeling of space on top of what is already a very spacious car, of course that power opening and closing boot, reversing camera and parking sensors, naturally sat-nav, and even self-leveling rear suspension, as well as a fantastic sound system. So ultimately, for under £12,500, which is an incredible amount of car for the money, this was, when new, well over £50,000, but it really is a car like this which proves not only why people would adore these from our collection, but also that you don't actually have to choose between a Bentley level luxury car or a small economical daily driver. You can have a vehicle which can genuinely do both. And these XJs are a prime example of that. So of course, if you would like to reach out regarding this car, of course you could send us an email to the address shown right here on screen, or naturally give us a call on 01749 871155, or of course on our mobile number of 07482 267 439.